How much time do you spend on reading? Do you spend your more time on your phone? Or do you like to have a book? A new way of sharing love of books has caught the eye of bookworms and many reluctant readers. From 2nd of March to 18th of May, book swap boxes have been springing up across Britain. They reminded everyone why books matter and why reading is enriching. They will pop in community settings and shopping centers, encouraging people from different sectors of the community to come together and engage with books.
The purpose is really to try and open up reading for everybody in the community, to make sure that anyone who wants to read a book, even if they can't afford to buy one, can just go and share a book, take a book. It's really opening up reading to as many people as possible.
There is nothing enjoyable than reading. When you do lose yourself in your book, you make out a world of yourself. Book is an internal world, setting up free imagination, adding new sight to eyes, and new wisdom to mind. The book swap box is inspired by local crime writer William Shaw, who has a homemade book box outside his house. Book in his mind is one way of intervening, making people to feel they belong to a bit more, because they can have something to share on the space.
We live in a very difficult street. Cars go through it far too fast. People just pass through the street. And I thought by putting a book box there, you're making people stop and be in the street a little longer and do something in the street. So I wanted to make something that brought the street, changed the street a little bit. So I think the book box can do that.
So book is also very communal. It opens a public space where people can interact with each other, sharing their internal world, getting people together, and strengthening communities. However, in the modern multimedia society, television, cell phone, computer, and the internet have captured people's smart time, and reading has taken a backseat. Research showed total time UK adults spend online doubled in the past decade. 33% of adults use smartphone for an average of 2 hours a day. 35% of adults have no time to read, and 38% of adults get bored when starting reading. Another research showed because of the new technologies, only 26% of children like reading. This figure far below than that of other countries.
The feedback from electronic media is about instant pleasure, and a lot of things give you that and distract you. I'm distracted as well. I mean, I find it sometimes harder to find a space for me just to read now because there's a lot more going on and a lot of it's really exciting. So I think everybody is probably finding it harder sometimes to read. But that also has an odd effect in that it makes books more special because you begin to recognise that their power is separate from digital media.
How do bookworms think about new technologies and reading?
I like traditional books.
With the e-books, I feel like you don't really understand which part of the book you're in. And somehow, maybe I'm a control freak, I just feel like I like to know where I'm at.
It's convenient, I suppose, to read in e-form, but for preservation, I think paper's probably better, and in terms of reading, I just prefer the feel of paper and the...
Overall, I think the advantages of a single paper book versus a single book on an e-reader, the paper book would win.
I don't think it's a battle between the two. I think my life is enhanced by the fact there are new ways of reading books. The best thing is lots of time and space for people to read, whether it's on a screen or in a book.
Reading encourages you to think, to be creative. It develops your brain and gives you skills in life. It enables you to enjoy boring that you read with yourself. It also encourages people to build a community when sharing opinions. No matter what devices you choose, what books you read, from now on, bring your reading habit back and start to build a lifetime love of reading and books.